This is going to be factored by
It's like when you wake yourself up snoring.
factored by grouping. This is PEF number 8. These aren't in your notebook, but let's just think about factoring the following. So 16 breaks down to 2 times 8. 8 breaks down to 2 times 4. 4 breaks down to 2 times 2. And then 12 breaks down to 2 times 6. 6 breaks down to 2 times 3. And then y. So it appears that I have 2, 2, and 2, 2, the same between the two. So outside, I'm going to get 2 and 2. Inside, I'm going to keep the 2, the x, the minus 3, and the y. And let's clean it up a little bit. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times the inside 2 is 4, minus 3y. So this is our greatest common factor we factored out. Number 2, pretty simple. What does it appear we have in common between the two? Yeah, I just underlined it. It's x. If I factor an x out, I'm left with y plus 2. Notice I kept the addition sign. This one, think about what xy squared is. That's xyy. And then 2xy is the same thing. All right, so they both have an x and a y. So we're going to factor that out. That comes out front. That leaves me y plus 2. And there's our answer. So now we're going to get into grouping. We've already seen this a little tiny bit. But think about if we were to change this, we were to replace our x's with x plus 3. Okay, it could look like this. So think about this. I have these two in common. So that's going to be my first set of parentheses. What do I have left? Well, I have y plus 2. That goes directly into the second set of parentheses. And it's done. It factors. I can factor out a binomial from 2 terms. All right, so like, take a look at this. What do we have in common? I have the x minus 1 in common. That becomes my first set of parentheses. What do I have left? I have 2x plus 5. I'm going to put 2x plus 5 right in the other set of parentheses. So notice where the 2 comes and the plus 5 comes. All right, example 2. What do I have in common between those two? I have the x plus 5. Okay, that's my first set of parentheses. I have 3x minus 2 left. That goes in the second set of parentheses. Done. Talk to me, friends. What do we have in common? We have that in common. Okay, now we have to be real cautious on this one. Okay, I'm going to have x. What number is right here that we can't see? Yeah, there's a 1 right there. So then we're going to get x minus 1. And that whole thing is my answer. Okay, so that's the first part. The next part is, what happens when we have 4 terms? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Well, it's pretty simple. Look at my first 2 terms. I have x, x, x plus x, x. I'm only looking at the first 2 terms. What do I have in common between those two? Yeah, I have x and x. So x times x is x squared. What am I left? I have x. Everything factored out of this, so what's my placeholder have to be? 1. Good. All right. This middle sign here, every time, is going to come straight down. What do I have in common between these two? Right, I have a 7. Then that's going to give me an x plus 1, because 7 factored out, so a 1 has to be a placeholder. Now, does this look like the above equation a little bit? Like, does it kind of look like that, how it's set up? Yeah, I have x plus 1 on both. And then what do I have left? I have x squared minus 7 left. Or x squared plus 7, excuse me. Make sure you're double checking this. 4 terms means we're going to do by grouping. All right, look, we have 4 terms here. So let's look at those first 2 terms. 4 is the same thing as 2 times 2, x to the third, plus 12 is the same thing as 2 times 6. 6 is the same thing as 2 times 3. So let's focus on this first. What do these 2 things have in common? I have a 2, a 2, a 2, a 2, x, an x, an x, and an x. So 2xx is 4x squared. I didn't use this x, plus, and I didn't use this 3. It comes right there. All right, we're done with the first part. Now we're going to use the second part. Remember I said this very middle sign comes straight down. Okay? So let's think about what we can break down. 3 and x aren't going to break down. and then minus 9. 9 is 3 times 3. What do I have in common between these two? Now this one you have to be real cautious on. The 3 is totally correct. Is there anything else that looks like it's the same between them? And the hint is it's not the x, and it's not the other 3. It's the minus sign. So the minus sign is going to come straight down here, and I'm going to make it big for a reason. And I can factor a 3 out. If I factor a 3 out, I'm left with x and 3. Now, friends, I want you to be real careful here. You see this negative sign that I pulled out front here? That's going to change this sign. If I change that sign, that's going to become a positive now. Now, what you might like is this and this are the exact same thing. So I'm going to factor that out. X plus 3. What goes into the other set of parentheses? What do I have left outside? I have both of those things, so just write them directly in there. And that's your answer. So this is going to be a little tougher. I want you to kind of, bend your thought process a little bit when you're working these out. I think you can handle them, okay? So today's assignment will be page 43, 44. And I want us to do 1 through 17 odd, knowing that you can get onto Schoology and look into the folder under Algebra 1 of PEF. And we are on PEF number 8. And it'll give you the odd answers worked out if you get stuck, so double check it. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.